Hey guys, this is James with Rogue Duelist Trade. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk about upcoming and current Yu-Gi-Oh product and whether or not you should invest your money in order to profit. So on today's video, we are going to do a risk analysis on an upcoming product coming in September, which is Dragons of Legend, the complete series. So the original Dragons of Legend set came out about 6 years ago in 2014, and there's two more sets that followed, which was Dragons of Legend 2 and Dragons of Legend Unleashed. So this product is essentially a rehash of those three other products, and we are also going to be getting some imports of new cards in this product, and Konami is going to be adding some other fun stuff in this product as well. So for the risk analysis, if you guys aren't familiar, we are going to go through specific metrics that I've developed for grading product. We're going to go through each of those metrics, decide whether or not the risk is high to invest in the product or low. So if the product scores high, that should mean there is less risk to invest in the product and expect a return. If it scores low, that means the risk may be higher for us to expect a return on our investment. Although sometimes with more risk comes more reward, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more later in this video. So guys, before we jump into the analysis on Dragons of Legend, the complete series, if you guys enjoy this type of content, go ahead and like this video. Hit the thumbs up button down below. It really helps the YouTube algorithm to help people discover this channel, and that way we can help grow this channel together. And guys, especially if you like this type of content, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be the first ones to see every time I upload a new video. And guys, check out the description of this video down below. You'll find links to my Instagram, Facebook page, and Yu-Gi-Oh investment Facebook group. If you guys would like to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, go ahead and click those links. And if you'd like to join my Yu-Gi-Oh investment Facebook group, go ahead and click the link and request access to the group. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the risk analysis for Dragons of Legend, the complete series. So here's the art that we have for the product so far. We don't know if this is just European art or if this is going to change in North America, but it has the cover of the alternate art of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, which is one of the things that they're trying to use to really bolster up the hype for this set. So the product is going to be coming out September 10th of 2020. It is a 150 card set. So for what we know so far, there's going to be 7 variant secret rares, 30 ultra rares, and each of those ultra rares are actually going to have colorful ultra rare variants as well, coming in different colored text. These colorful ultra rares is also going to be introduced in Legendary Duelist Season 1, which is just coming out just a few months prior to this product. We're also going to be getting 113 commons. We're also going to be getting 3 different collectible dice that you're able to get in this product, featuring Timaeus, Critias, and Hermes, which are some of the legendary dragons marketed in this product. So in each box that you purchase, you don't get packs, you get a box that comes with packs and other things that are included in it. You're going to be getting 1 secret rare variant, 1 collectible die, and then you're going to have 2 packs. In between those 2 packs, you're going to get a total of 4 colorful ultra rares, 2 standard ultra rares, and 30 commons. Here's some things that I noticed from preparing for this analysis on Dragons of Legend, the complete series. We're going to be getting 3 preview cards from the 2020 fall booster set. So we can imagine that is likely going to be Phantom Rage, which is already being introduced in the OCG, and we usually follow the same core sets that they get. And this is very similar to what's happening in Legendary Duelist Season 1. This is following a lot of the same patterns. Legendary Duelist Season 1 is going to be getting preview cards from Rise of the Duelist. So these are cards that is going to be coming out in that product, likely Phantom Rage, and we're going to be getting an early introduction to them in this product, which is interesting. So we're also going to be getting 4 OCG imports, and I'll go in more detail in that later in this video, but we're going to be getting 100 Dragon, which is a playoff Baby Dragon, and 1000 Dragon, which Joey Wheeler played in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. We're going to be getting Time Wizard of Tomorrow, which is a fusion card with Time Wizard, and it's actually a pretty good card. We're also going to be getting Cyber/Harpy Lady and Jinzo Laird. Cyber/Harpy Lady is a generic synchro and provides really good support to the Harpy archetype, and Jinzo Laird is a rank 6 Xyz monster, which is likely going to be seeing play in the Jinzo archetype, but can also see play in other generic level 6 decks. We're likely going to be getting reprints from Dragons of Legend 1, 2, and 3, and 3 is Dragons of Legend Unleashed, which is essentially 140 unique cards, because there is reprints between those 3 products, reprints from each each other. So if you take out those reprints, it's 140 unique cards. So that accounts for essentially 147 cards, and this is a 150 card set. There are 3 cards that we can't account for in this product yet, which is interesting. It could be additional imports from the OCG. We really don't know yet. And those 3 cards really could make a huge difference in this analysis down the road. And as I mentioned before, we're going to be getting 30 ultra rares, but all 30 of those ultra rares in this product have variants of purple, blue, green, and gold text, which is interesting because it's hard to say how those rarities are going to play out because it's not collector's rares, it's not Starlight rares. You are definitely going to be getting colorful ultra rares in every single pack within the box of this product, so it's not as hard to find, although there's 30 different variants. So it's really going to be interesting to see how these different color variations play out in the product down the road. So current card support, buyout, and value, this is one of our first metrics. If you guys want to understand what each of these metrics mean, go down in the descriptions down below, although it should be relatively straightforward. So because Harpies are going to be getting support with one of the OCG imports, I thought it would be good to go through the pricing for Harpy Channeler, which is an easy 3 of in the Harpy strategy. And its price point was in the low 20s just in May, but at about June 7th, she went up to about $26.22, which is pretty significant. And that's kind of like a new price floor for her because she's sitting at about $25.34 right now in the marketplace. So I think this just goes to show that there are interest in the Harpy archetype because of the OCG import that we're going to be getting. I think that's probably one of the larger reasons why it's seen an increase. Next one is going to be Jinzo Jector because we're going to be getting a new Jinzo Xyz monster. His price was at about $250 in the marketplace, but then at about May 31st, 2020, which was about the time we found out that we were going to be getting Jinzo layered, he went up to about $561 and doubled in its price, but immediately went down to about the $2.50 price point again. So its average right now is at about $213, lowest is about $1.63, but I think it's interesting to see that jump because obviously there are people that are interested in the Jinzo archetype. Another one to talk about because of the Time Wizard fusion that we're getting is Time Wizard, and this is the Dark Beginning 2 version, which is a super rare. There are other rarities such as Metal Raiders, but there's not as many in the marketplace. I felt this one was a better card to gauge whether or not there is excitement, particularly because of the fusion coming out of this set. But its price point was actually about $550, and remember guys, that's on average. Average can also include light plays, heavy plays, and stuff like that, which is why it's an average. But then it saw a pretty significant price jump to about $8 in the marketplace on average in about May 31st, which is when we got leaks of the OCG imports in this product. And then as of about June 14th, it's hit about $10.87. Right now, its average is about $10.29, so it essentially doubled in its average value. Now, the lowest near mint cost that I could find for Time Wizard, and I believe it is unlimited version, is at $18.99. So it's definitely seeing some large price increases, and I feel like it could only go up from here, but I think this does show that people are excited for a lot of these OCG imports. So another one I want to talk about is Toons, but I'm not going to show the price fluctuations because I feel like that was covered in my Toon Chaos video. If you guys want to see that video, the link should be popping up above my head about right now. Because Toons have been getting a lot of support in products like Toon Chaos, they've already been seeing a lot of price fluctuations. We know there was a lot of excitement for Toons, and because we're going to be getting particular reprints in this set, which I'm going to go over later in this video, people are going to be very excited for those reprints, and they're definitely going to want them, especially because they should be at a better price point, because there are a lot of cards that have been seeing a lot of high value, such as Toon Kingdom, that came out of Dragons of Legend 2, which I think is sitting at about $65 right now. So guys, as I always do in these types of videos, before I give you the grade for this metric, I want to tell you some singles that you might want to consider picking up, and these are just some cards that I discovered from doing this analysis. So Harpy Queen and Harpy Dancer. Each of those cards are 2 or 3 ups in the Harpy strategy, especially when they want to start playing this new Synchro monster. Right now, Harpy Queen from Joey's World Ultra Rare is sitting at about $377, and Harpy Dancer is only sitting about 87 cents from Dual Power. I feel these cards can only go up from here, especially when the hype from this product starts to grow as we start approaching September. So I feel those are some very good pickups. Jinzo Jector, as I showed you guys, he saw a price jump, but then immediately went down, and he has about 3 super rare prints. So I would say out of any of those prints, the low that I've seen is about $1.63 for him. He's a really good card and probably one of the best Jinzo support cards, so I could only see him going up from here for people that are gonna get more excited to play the Jinzo archetype. Also, Toon Harpy Lady right now is up for pre-sale. When you watch this video, she actually might not be for pre-sale anymore because people will actually be opening up Toon Chaos. But right now, US, she's sitting at about $3.63, and Canadian about $4.95. And even though she's only a super rare, she's a 3 of in the Toon strategy. And honestly, you might want to sit after pre-sales and see if the product value starts to deflate a little bit after the first week of the product release. But I really feel that Toon Harpy Lady will only go up probably to the $8 to $10 range. So now going back to the metric for current card support buyouts and value, I would grade it a 3. We're not seeing like crazy price jumps. There's really not a lot for us to go off of because this product is majority going to be reprints, but we are going to be getting new cards such as the 4 OCG imports that we're going to be seeing. So right now it's really hard to measure. I would say it's 3 as medium. Consumer hype on social media. Really, there's just not a lot of people talking about this product yet. There's a lot of people that anticipate long-term value for this product, so it's going to age well and gain value in time. But there's not really anything meta-breaking that's going to be coming out of this. This really is a collector's product, so I think there's more people that are interested in it from the collectability. But overall, there's not a lot to go off of. I'm going to say it's 3 as medium. Hype will likely grow as we get closer to September, and if it does, I'll consider doing an updated analysis. The next metric is going to be multiple chase cards, and honestly, I feel this is going to be carried mostly by the 4 new OCG imports that we're going to be getting. So we're going to be getting 100 Dragon, Time Wizard of Tomorrow, Cyber/Harpy Lady, and Jinzo Laird. I think 100 Dragon is going to be the least chased after card. Essentially, if it's in the graveyard, you can give some protection to a monster that's special summoned from the extra deck on the field, which is okay, but I don't think that's something that people are going to want to play. It needs to add something else, like it special summons itself to the field or something like that, which it doesn't do. But Time Wizard of Tomorrow is a very interesting card. It's a spellcaster which can be beneficial for strategies that rely on having spellcasters, and essentially what it does is you flip a coin, call heads or tails, and if you get it right, destroy all monsters on the field, and your opponent takes half the attack as damage for each of the monsters that are destroyed by that effect. If you get it wrong, all of the monsters are still destroyed, except you take half the attack as damage for all the monsters that are destroyed by that effect. So regardless, there's always a plus side. You're always wiping the monsters on the field, which actually is pretty darn good. And if you can land damage on your opponent, it could end the game. So Cyber/Harpy Lady is a very interesting card as well, especially for the Harpy strategy, but can also be used generically as well. In order to special summon her on the field, you can use a Harpy Lady monster on your side of the field as a tuner monster. In addition to that, if a spell, trap, or card effect is activated, you can target one card on the field and send it back to the hand. Now, I believe the card has to be a monster on your opponent's side of the field or a Harpy Lady monster on your side of the field. So she's really good to be able to get rid of problematic cards. Jinzo Laird is also interesting. You can essentially detach a card from him, take control of a monster on your opponent's side of the field until the end of the turn, but it can't attack or use any of its effects. His other effect, though, is if there's a trap card on the field, you can tribute a monster, then destroy one face-up card on the field. So he's not bad. He can take care of problematic cards. I don't know if he'll see play in the meta or not, but he's still a very good card and is definitely a card that people are going to want to play in the Jinzo strategy. So next, I'm going to start going through some of the higher dollar reprints. So we're getting Eye of Timaeus, which is seeing about $40 price points in its secret rare version. And we're also going to be getting an alternate art, if you're looking at the screen, that's what I'm showing here, of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. These cards are definitely more for nostalgia. It's definitely for the players that absolutely love the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. Definitely tailors to the casual player and collector, which is why these cards are seeing high price points right now. I believe the original secret rare Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, is in the $60 range, and again, Eye of Timaeus is in the $40 range. So getting reprints, especially getting an alternate art of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, I think collectors are going to want to chase after that. Now, I don't think it's going to be seeing higher value than the original print, but I think it's probably going to see more value in time. Although with a lot of alternate arts, a lot of times they don't see crazy value at first. Like for example, Sky Striker Ace Kagari out of Dual Overload is sitting at about 80 cents right now. And there's a lot of alternate arts that came out of that product that aren't really seeing that high of value. So might be the case for this, but I think people are really gonna be excited for this. It's more of a nostalgic reprint, which again, I think collectors are gonna be all over. Next is going to be a lot of the Toon reprints that we're getting that came out of the 3 Dragons of Legend product. And Comic Can, Mimicat, and Toon Kingdom are likely gonna be seeing reprints. And if that's the case, makes a lot of sense why we didn't see a ton of reprints coming out of Toon Chaos, because we're gonna be getting reprints here, and we're also gonna be getting some reprints coming out of Legendary Duelist Season 1. So Toon Kingdom is definitely the one that people are wanting. Toon Kingdom is at about $60 to $70 right now for the secret rare that came out of Dragons of Legend. Comic Can and Mimicat are all under about $10, but these are cards that people are currently chasing after because we're trying to build their Toon strategy. So to be able to get it as a reprint and potentially cheaper, I think people are definitely going to be interested in wanting to get these cards. Then we're going to be seeing number 100 Numeron Dragon, Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, both good cards in their own regard, not seeing a ton of play in the meta, although number 100 Numeron Dragon can become a rather large beat stick as long as you have another high rank Xyz monster on the field. It's actually a very good card. I could see it getting more play. I think they're both sitting under $20 right now for their current prints. Not super high in value, but definitely cards that I think people will be interested in nonetheless. Lastly, to end the discussion on this metric, there are 3 cards that are unaccounted for that we don't know what they're going to be. They very well could be chase cards. There's 3 preview cards. We don't know what cards we're gonna be getting previews of in the 2020 fall booster set that's gonna be coming that hasn't been formally announced. And then we're gonna be getting the colorful ultra rare variants. We don't know how excited people are gonna be to get a purple, blue, or green version of the ultra rare that they really wanna get. So those really could determine chase cards as well. So I'm taking these 3 points in consideration as we're thinking about the grade for this metric. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this a 5. I feel like it could be a 4, but I wanna give some benefit of the doubt and say it very well could be very high, largely because of the collector value and nostalgia around the product. Meta relevant now, this is definitely gonna be a lower score. There's not a lot of cards that are gonna be breaking the meta in this. It's largely casual, nostalgic players, so I think this score is definitely a solid 2. Next is product value versus cost. So this is always a little tough. It's $14.99. Now, because we're gonna be getting a lot of collector value in this product, there's 4 cards that are definitely collectors are gonna be wanting to go after, which is the 4 OCG imports. I really do think that this product is going to gain value in time. And I think I have underestimated in previous videos, like my original Toon Chaos analysis, how much there really is in the collector's market and that people really do eat this stuff up. It's not always contingent on the meta, although the meta really can define market prices as well. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a 4 because I really do think in time, in 2-3 years, if you hold on to this product, I do think you're gonna be seeing a large return. Is it worth it to buy 2 or 3 boxes to do that? Probably is gonna be far more worth your while if you're buying 1 to 2 cases maybe and holding on to that. And then that way you're gonna be seeing a larger return. The next metric is collector's value, fan favorite, and anime support. You guys have probably been seeing the theme throughout this video. There's a lot to that. So the 4 OCG imports are directly going to be giving a lot of hype for the people that love the original Yugioh anime series, which is a lot of the collector casual players. And also we're gonna be getting the alternate art of Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. We're gonna be getting reprints of a lot of good Toon cards, which a lot of people are interested in right now because of the recent support we got out of Toon Chaos. We're also gonna be getting the 3 different variant collector dice that's gonna be coming in this product. And honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if people are actually gonna be very excited for these dice. I think they could see value down the road just with how the Yu-Gi-Oh community is. So I would say this is gonna be a solid 5 for this metric. Next is reprint value rarity bumps. Now, we can expect that the majority of this product is going to be reprints. Now, it hasn't been formalized saying that all 140 unique cards are going to be reprinted, but I think we really can make a strong guess that's what's gonna happen based on how they're marketing the product. And there's a lot of really high value cards in the product, such as Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, Eye of Timaeus, Toon Kingdom, a lot of the Toon support, some of the Dragon XZ monsters that I went over. I would say that all 3 of the sets previous to Dragons of Legend, the complete series, don't necessarily have the highest value. Some of them do, but it's very top heavy. So I would say that this is high, but I'm not gonna call it very high for this metric. So next is influencer hype. Now, as I mentioned, is not a lot of content around this product yet, and we're probably gonna be seeing more coming later as we approach September. But jumping over here, Robbie Cole from mcole40, he did a quick analysis on this product, and he feels it is gonna hold value in time. So because of that, he is suggesting that it is a good product to invest in long term, but there isn't a lot of hype around it right now because not a lot of people are talking about it, and again, that could change. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a 3. Next is future meta relevance potential, and for the same reason for the current meta relevance for that metric, we are gonna go ahead and call this a 2. I don't see a lot of things coming in here that are gonna be groundbreaking. If anything, maybe you could call this a 3 if the Harpy support, Time Wizard, or Jinzo support that's coming is going to maybe see some play in the meta. They won't be in those archetypes, but they could see play in other ways because they are rather generic. But right now, I think 2 is probably the right score for this. So here we are. The score for this set is a 69.5. I would just round it up and say 70%. So 70% isn't terrible. It's not great. But as I mentioned earlier in this video, just because a product scores low and it may be higher risk, a lot of times with high risk comes high reward. So a lot of reasons why it's higher risk is because it's not a meta product, it's a collector's product. It's majority gonna have reprints, but it's reprints of cards that people are likely excited for in the collector's market, especially because we're getting alternate arts, and specifically the 4 OCG imports that we're getting, collectors and casual players are gonna be all over that. I think the collectors and casual market is larger than I initially anticipated. It really could drive value for this product down the road because Konami doesn't reprint product. They might rehash product, which is essentially what this product is. It's a rehash with some other added benefits as well, but they won't reprint it necessarily. Unless they want to do an unlimited run, which they're not gonna do an unlimited run for this, at least I don't think they would. So I think down the road, this product will age very well in value and may be a good long-term investment. If you guys want to do that and really have a lot of faith in this product, I think it is safe to invest long-term. I think in the short term, there's not gonna be a ton of value. So I would say it is higher risk for short term. For longer term, I think the risk starts to go down. So guys, that's gonna do it for this video. What do you think? I'd like to get your feedback. I think it's very interesting to get your perspectives. I'd like to know if you agree or disagree with me on this analysis. And guys, if you haven't done it already, for the YouTube algorithm, like this video so people can discover this channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And guys, as another update I mentioned in my Toon Chaos video, I've been making some headway in developing a relationship with a distributor and trying to find a way to get you guys product for lower wholesale rates and trying to do that with a Patreon model. I'm finding that things are a lot more complex than I initially hoped they would be, largely because I don't have a brick and mortar location. It just makes my relationship with my distributor a little more difficult, which I'll go in more detail later on if I have to, but I'm trying to see if I can resolve those issues right now. So I am working on it, and I'll give you guys more updates when I can. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.